Right guys, welcome back to another video. This is just going to be a fish room tour and the start of my fish room. This small clip is just of my fish room before all the changes had happened. The tanks have been added, the fish have been added, and then we'll move on to the actual fish room tour itself so you can see what it looks like now. Right guys, moving on from that, that was just a small video of the fish room before everything was changed, like I've said. But this is the fish room now, everything's been done. The tanks that were getting set up and needed set up are set up. There's still obviously stuff to do, accessories to get and things to change. There's a few of the different things that need doing. But for now this is what it is, and obviously over the months I'll give you updates on how it's going to change and new things that come, and if I get some new fish and an unboxing video. But this is the first tank. This is a 2-foot tank with 2 sponge filters, a 300-watt heater and a slate, and this has got the pair of black veal tail angelfish. These are them. At the top that's the female, and then hiding behind the slate is the male who's coming out. You'll be able to see. Out of all of the angelfish, these are what I'd say some of the prettiest I can see with the tails. I think they're very nice angelfish compared to some of the others. Not saying the others are bad, but out of them all I think these are like one of my favourites. And hopefully in the next few months we'll have some fry of these once they're all settled in and happy and all conditions are perfect, which all waters are tested and all running spot on. pH is a bit high, it's about 7.2, 7.4, but it's not too high. I'd be worried if it was higher, but I think they'll cope with that for now. We'll move on to the next tank, which is a marble pair. This is pretty much the same tank, just a 2-foot tank, 2 sponge filters, but this has 2 50-watt heaters in because I never got enough heaters, and I'm hopefully going today to get a couple of more, because I bought 4 but I've got 5 tanks, and obviously one of the tanks is bigger than this one, so I ended up just putting 2 50-watt heaters in there that I had to warm this up, and they're running at the moment. But once I've moved the 2 pair out of the big tank, I'm going to put the bigger heater in here, and then I'm going to get a new heater to put in there, so they'll all have 300-watt heaters on all the tanks. But this is pretty much the same, like I said, except it's got 2 50-watt heaters, 2 sponge filters, a slate, and the female seems to be hiding behind the slate, but the male's there. Let's see if we can see female. You can see part of the tail there. No, she's hiding. She don't want to be seen. Oh wait. There you can just about see her. With her oranges and blacks. But she's quite a pretty marble. Very big and greedy. Oh wait, there's her head. She's coming out. What I think's a pretty marble. But yeah, that's that pair. Then there's the next tank, which is this one, which is just a same 2-foot tank with 2 sponge filters, but one of the sponge filters is in the 3-foot tank. This has just got a 300-watt heater as well with a slate, and that's just cycling, and once that's up to temperature and I'm satisfied, I will move one of the pairs out of the 3-foot tank into here. But that's for later, once I'm happy with the temperature. And then there's this tank here, which is also a 2-foot tank with 2 sponge filters, a 300-watt heater and a slate. And obviously once that temperature's same, I'll move the other pair angelfish into there, which I'll show you in a minute. I mean, the backs are actually blank at the moment, but there ain't anything at the back or nobody goes down there, because that's obviously the back wall. So I'm not worried at the moment, but I am going to paint them all blue. This one does have a background, but I'll just take that off, and I'm going to paint all the walls and the backs blue. I think blue fetches colours out on them better and they look quite pretty. So once obviously they're all settled and set in, I'm going to paint them blue. But then moving on to the 3-foot tank, this is this one here. This is pretty much the same as the rest with a 300-watt heater, except it's got a pump sponge filter, which is a Floval, or if it's, I've forgot numbers, but it doesn't say it on back, but I will put it in the description, or if anyone comments and wonders, I will tell you what it is. They're the sponge filters out of the other tanks, which are just cycling in here, and these are the other two pair. These are a lot younger than the other two, so I didn't want to mess around with these a bit more. But there's basically the blush eyes pair and the barbed pair, and the female just shot over there. But they are paired up, and they've been paired up a bit. And then obviously, an overview of the fish room. And this is an overview of it. It's in the biggest fish room, but it will do for obviously what I need it for. There's obviously the rack, and then behind is where all the stuff is. That's a polystyrene box which I had to put over the air pump to quieten it down, because I have filmed this once, but the air pump was just too loud, it just sounded horrible. But I managed to actually quieten it down by just putting a polystyrene box over it. You might be able to hear it a bit, but it has quietened a lot down. But an up and coming DIY video, which is something I'm going to be changing, which is going to be that, which is going to be a moving media sump. So it's just going to be sponged, micro K1, and then the heaters and the pump. And that is actually going to run all 4 of these tanks through pipework under there. That's why I've left it all open. And at the back, which is also why I've kind of kept it a bit from the wall, so you can obviously hide all the ugly stuff that you don't want to see. And then obviously my desk with my laptop and a few of the things that I do, and then obviously my shelf with all my stuff on, which from the clip you can see has a lot more stuff on it now, because obviously what I needed to obviously keep the angel fish. And then that's just a microscope, which I will do a video on eventually in the future, because it's kind of a lengthy thing and why you would need one. And it's not for angelfish or tropical or marine, I wouldn't say, but if you're keeping koi and you're keeping koi seriously and you don't have a microscope, I recommend you get one, because it just cuts out loads of things, which I'll explain in another video because I could go on forever. But obviously that's the microscope, and there's another one down there in a polystyrene box, because I'll explain in another video about the microscope. I'll leave that for now. It's more about the fish room. There is the fridge, which I keep all my live food in. There is some live food right now just warming up, because it's been in the fridge and it's cold. So obviously once they're warmed up, I'm going to be feeding them, because they are kind of hungry. Especially she's always at the top wanting food, but obviously while the filter's been cycling, I've been a bit cautious on feeding them. But yeah, that's the fish room now, and so far, obviously in a few months I'll keep you updated on how things have changed. There's a lot to change and a lot to do. It's going to be busy. But yeah, that's it for now. Right guys, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and if you could, hit that like button, and if you're new, why not hit that subscribe button to make sure you're kept up to date with all the latest videos.